All right, welcome to the latest episode of the Closer's Corner podcast. My name is Greg Simpson, and as always, I am your host. Today I have on the podcast the DealMaker of the Year for 2021, Daniel White in the house.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome to the show, buddy. Yeah, man, so for those of you guys who have been following the show for a little bit, the premise of the podcast is to let the general public and those know what it takes to be a deal maker, to close deals. And we talk about on this podcast all the crazy stuff that our agents here at Out Fast have had to go through to get these things to the closing tables to make the deal happen. And so because there's this thing out there called commission cutting where the big box iBuyers, or not iBuyers really, but some of the big companies and stuff like that are trying to tell everyone that realtors don't matter. And we're here to tell you that they do. They absolutely do. And so that's why I'm having my agents tell their stories directly, so you're not just hearing it from me. Because I hear all your stories for the most part, because I do take a lot of time to stay involved with you guys. But I know Daniel's been working with us for a little over a year now, and so I'm anxious to hear some of his crazy stories. But Daniel, welcome, buddy.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
So as always, what kind of led you down the real estate journey? Because obviously you do the insurance stuff. We can talk a little bit about that later too. But like, how did you get started on the real estate side of the business?
Well, 18, 19 years old. I was working for Chase Bank.
Okay.
Making a little bit more money than I should have ever made at that time, right? You know, in the marketing department. And it just kind of happened where they closed the site down. And they were shipping everybody over to Arizona. And I was like, man, I got to make a change. I got to do something. You know, born and raised here in Florida. Love it. Not leaving it. And so I actually interviewed a realtor. I interviewed an insurance agent, a manager at a car dealership. You know, I was like, sales is where I'm going to be, one way or another. And I really hit it off with the insurance agent and the real estate broker. And I was like, that's where I'm going to go. That's my path. That's what I'm going to do. I went to USF for about a year and a half, and it just wasn't my thing at that point.
Sounds very familiar.
Yep, it wasn't my thing. I was like, I'm going to go work, you know. And so I went and got my insurance license, started working at Progressive.
Okay.
And while I was there, that allowed me to save some money. I took my real estate class. So 2006, 2007, insurance, real estate license.
Okay. And then 2009.
2009. So 2009 crashes. The insurance is what saved me.
Okay.
You know, because real estate wasn't as popular as it is right now in the state of Florida, right? So basically, the insurance kind of carried me over all the way up until 2010, 11. Then I actually bought my first house, my flip house.
Okay.
You know, bought another one, saved it, still have it. Couldn't get rid of it, put too much money in it, you know. And, you know, now we're here, you know. So, I mean, basically right now it's a little crazy out there.
It is a little crazy out there. And that's what I mean. Like, we've got all these social media posts, and we've got all this stuff about how there's 70 offers here and 50 offers there and 25 offers there, all cash, and waiving appraisal gaps if they're doing conventional financing and all this crazy shit. That's not going to last forever, one.
But you miss the chocolates, the restaurants, all that
edible
other stuff.
arrangements.
Yeah, everybody else is getting, you know.
Trying to sweeten the deal.
Yeah. You know.
Oh, man. But, yeah, it's like this is not going to last forever. We're not playing the prediction game here today. But it's going to be – it's going to change at some point.
Yep.
Right? But, like, I'm not really where I was going to go with that, actually. I just lost my train of thought. But anyway, so tell us a little bit about how you got hooked up here at Out Fast.
Beautiful. What a story. All right. I don't know if we have enough time, so I'll summarize it in a short little
You got to be careful. The guy's in the room, so you got to talk really nicely about Rick today.
So basically, Rick, with his capital, you know, I was looking to buy my first house, you know, as an investment property. And he's like, come on, let's go. So we went around. We looked at some properties.
When was this?
2011? 12.
Okay.
12 is when I bought the first one, yeah. And so, again, I had my real estate license. I was probably doing 3 or 4 deals a year. You know, nothing crazy, you know, because I was doing the insurance as well.
Pretty much the average, you know?
Yeah. And so we went out, we bought the first house, and bought the second one. And Rick's like, why aren't you using your real estate license? Like, what's going on? You know? So I started questioning myself, like, why do I have this license if I'm not going to use it? Like, is 3 deals really what I want? Like,
right.
I don't want to be a part-time agent.
Yeah.
I want to be full-time.
You're making 20 grand a year off of that. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, exactly. So I went with his capital. They had a real estate brokerage there. And I joined that. I was there for about 3 or 4 years and did good. Had some fun. Just didn't take it to the next level at that point. So roll back January last year. I walk into this little office here, second floor, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is a group of guys that I can hang out with and get on board with, you know. So as soon as I walked in the door, the excitement was there. Rick had already talked you guys up and said, these are the guys. These are the guys that you need to go with. They're going to take you to that next level, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Rick, who's in the room, obviously, he
he
called
is?
us. Yeah.
Oh.
He called us. What was it, Rick? Probably like October the prior year, and was like, hey, basically just had to fire our broker. Wasn't holding up everything. We're just like, oh, shit. I guess we're finally making this partnership official and real. And so, yeah, it was like December. We like kind of just like got on the phone call, me, Jeremy, and Rick, and was like, we're going to finalize this. And then, yeah, January rolls around. Boom.
Boom.
Orlando is now Out Fast 2.0, I guess.
Yeah. So, you know, so the year is crazy. You know, I mean, it's everybody wants to be a realtor right now, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Unfortunately, not everybody makes it.
No, and it's nice like seeing. I'm a part of a lot of Facebook groups, right, for agents around the country because I'm trying to learn the marketplaces all around the country because of the franchising stuff we're doing. I'm trying to see how agents are interacting, and it's amazing to me how many agents out there are screenshotting their conversations with other agents and just how pathetic the customer service is and how these other agents are treating other agents. It's like they're not your competition.
Yeah.
You're trying to work together to get the deal to the closing table. What the hell is wrong with you people? Not you people, those people.
Yeah, gotcha.
But it's like even a local guy here posted something this morning, was like, agents don't act like this. Like,
no.
It's just it's really bad. It's because it's such a low-hanging fruit kind of thing where we were talking on the last podcast, I think it was roughly $3,000, $3,500 to get your license. Yeah. In the state of Florida. Yeah. It's not a lot of money.
You know, just to piggyback on that, I probably get 2 or 3 phone calls a month, right? Not going to say a week, a month. That'll say, oh, man, you know, I'm thinking about being a realtor. And my question is, why do you want to be a realtor? Just because everybody's selling houses right now?
Right.
Do you think this
It
is
makes
going
it
to be
look really easy.
You think this is the way that it's going to be? Like, there's a lot of work that's involved in the deals right now. There's a lot of headache involved. You know, if you only do real estate and you go to a house and you have 50 offers on that house for your buyers, it's tough. It's tough.
And like you, and I talked to Michelle yesterday, like she primarily does work with buyers. She got her first listing in a while yesterday. I think she signed the contract, but I was talking to her about that on the buy side. I got a referral or a lead in off of, I think it was either TB RIA or something like that, for an out-of-state investor. Long story short, he wants to buy short-term rentals. She's kind of like one of our short-term experts now at this point. And she's like, I made this guy some of the most strong offers I've ever written and still getting crushed.
We were talking about it Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Here, you know.
Unreal.
Yeah.
And so that was the one that she posted, that there were 70 offers on the table. And it's just like unreal that, like, she told the guy, I had to have a conversation with the gentleman, was like, you've told me you have the cash, but you want to use financing. You may need to use the cash now.
On top of the financing.
And then refinance later or something.
Exactly.
But, like, you got to get very creative in this marketplace. But, like, going up against 70 offers, holy moly. And again, as a brand new agent, how are you going to navigate that for your buyers? Even if your buyers are very well qualified, they come as a referral to you. How are you going to really negotiate that deal when you've got 30, 40, 50, 70 offers on the table?
If a new agent is listening to this right now, and they go and put an offer and there's 70 offers on there, they better have a mentor. They better have somebody that they can talk to that can kind of hold them from jumping off the ledge. Yeah. Because it is crazy out there. Even if we're experienced agents, you know. And again, I still learn real estate every day. Yeah. You know. But it is a little frightening out there with as many offers that we're still seeing on the tables today.
That's why this podcast is basically, in my opinion, the perfect time for this podcast, because the level of experience needed in this marketplace while the houses are flying off the shelf, you're the listing agent, and you've got to navigate 70 offers for your seller.
Yeah.
And to weed through 70 contracts. By the way, the contracts are like 14 pages right now, 13 pages. You got to read through 13 pages times 70 offers to see which one is the best. To prevent, pretty much, you're only going to present the top 5 to that. You're not going to go, hey, here's all 78 offers, Mr. Seller. Figure it out.
Plus, you got to send that email to everybody or call me and say, send me your highest and best offer.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what the clients want right now.
Of course.
That's
Why
what the
wouldn't
customers
they?
want. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you get 70 offers, and then you send that email out, and then you get 70 more. Or, it's crazy.
Yes, it is crazy. And then if you're also a solo agent and you're not using transaction coordination, which is just dumb.
Correct.
You guys have to be using a transaction coordinator as a seller right now, or selling agent right now, or I should say a listing agent. Was my goodness, man, all that stuff and weeding through all that, and then having to do all that back end stuff,
compliance and everything.
Oh my lord,
it's a mess.
So yeah, I think that the ones that are going to win more deals right now as listing agents, like even getting the listings themselves, are the ones that have the experience, the one that can prove they have a TC that knows what they're doing, that has a strong back to their expertise and training and stuff like that, and the ones that honestly, like what we're doing with the new iBuyer program, like having something else in your tool belt that everyone else doesn't have, that you can separate yourself from them, and or you have a very specific niche. And I talked about that on our inner circle thing. I think 2 weeks ago was like, you guys have gotten this market, you have to start niching down.
You have to.
Because if you got a seller who has to go through probate, and you don't understand probate, you are sure shit not going to get that
Correct.
deal.
Yep.
They're in pre-foreclosure. Like I think Angel or somebody asked the other day, who's our short sale person? I was like, Suzanne.
Yeah.
Lewis.
I saw that on the WhatsApp. Yep.
Yeah, it's like you got to niche it down, and those who have the experience in that are going to win those deals.
100%. Like anytime I go to a listing presentation and I talk, it's not me. It's like, here's my team. This is what we do for you.
Yeah.
Photos. We got furniture if we need to stage. We've got transaction coordinator. We've got 80 plus agents. As soon as I get this house, I'm posting it out there to them. They probably have a buyer, because there are some sellers right now that don't want to deal with all that craziness.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, just this is what I want. If you can get it for me, let's close it. Let's be done with it.
Just happened to me too.
Yeah.
Same thing. And as on the investor
I think there's
side,
going to be more of that.
I think so too, because I don't want 70 freaking people, or let's say there were 70 offers. Obviously, there's probably some sight unseen ones mixed in there too, but that means there are probably 100 and something people walking through that property on a Saturday or a Sunday or whenever the showings were.
Yeah.
My God, I don't want to be out of my house for an entire day.
No.
I don't give a shit what my price point is. It's just pandemonium out there, especially in the higher price points right now, which is just blowing my mind on that side. What some of these houses are going for in this market.
$40,000, $50,000 more. It's crazy.
I saw one, and it wasn't this market, but the seller or somebody bought this house like 6 months ago. I think it was in Georgia somewhere.
Okay.
They bought this house. They were overseas from out of the country. Their stuff is still on a shipping container, so they have no furniture. They bought an air mattress and a couch to live in, and a TV to live in the house. They lived in it for a month, and they realized it was too big. So they decided to relist it. They sold it for $85,000 more than they paid for it 2 months ago. Yeah. And they had showings galore. And the story that the agent posted, I was like, what the is going on here? Imagine. That's like wholesaling.
And if that was in Georgia, just think about here in Florida, it's probably 3 times that, 10 times.
It's crazy. It's just crazy. Yeah. So obviously you were our deal maker of the year in 2021. And what that meant is that you actually did the most transactions on both buy and sell side. I think you hit 29. I think I had the paper sitting actually. Well, it's right
I have
here.
no idea, man, honestly.
It's not this one. Where did those go? They're around here somewhere. You did something like that, and I think you do just shy of $9 million on the MLS, and that's just here, right?
Yeah.
You're doing stuff in Tennessee for Rick as well?
And Georgia.
Georgia, so that doesn't even count. So you got your hands full, bud.
I was asked that, man. Honestly, my wife even asked me when I went home. She was like, "So, what was that all about?" And I told her, and I was like, "I just tried to do the right thing, man. I don't keep track of that. I don't keep track of the sales. I don't care about the volume. I just try to do the right thing for the client, whether it's listing, whether it's buying.
That's how it works.
And
everything
else will fall into place.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
So you did a lot of transactions. So that means you have lots of stories to tell. Do you have anything off the top of your head this year that was like a crazy ass story? And it could be in the Tennessee or Georgia market too that you did, but
I mean, one story that sticks out for 2021 for me was I had a client that we went looking for a house. We were looking for about $200,000.
Oof.
I probably will never do this ever again. We looked at 50 houses.
Oh, dude.
I was
50?
50, man. She is a single lady. She was set on her ways. She was brought to me from a client, an insurance client, brought me her daughter, said, hey, will you help my daughter find a house? I said, absolutely, 100%. So for me, out of all the stories, big, small, this is the one that stuck with me the most because it meant the most to me, right? It was
awesome.
a referral. I wanted to step up my game. Again, I'm looking at all these houses. It's only $200,000 home. I was like, I got to find this girl a house.
So just so if you're listening to this, $200,000
$2,500
used to be. That's why
yeah.
I bought my house for $228, a 1,600 square foot 4-2 house in Seminole Heights in 2019, 3 years ago. $228.
Mm-hmm.
That house now is worth $450.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So like to give some perspective, like the average sale
He'll
price
take
in Tampa.
$525, guys.
No, I'm never selling this house. The average sale price in Tampa when I bought my house was like $250, $275.
Mm-hmm.
It is now, if you look at, it's like literally $575 is the average sale price in Tampa Bay right now. That is astronomical compared to what it was just 2-3 years ago.
We're open to listings.
Yes,
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah. So
$200,000 is very hard to find right now. Is what I'm trying to say.
Very hard to find, man. Very hard to find.
It's like a condo at this point.
It was, and after
small
like
townhouse.
And most agents, a new agent, after 10, 15 houses,
Yeah,
they're like, this is done. I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I own an insurance business, so I'm scrambling to do it. But I made a promise to somebody. We stuck with it. We found a house in Spring Hill.
Okay.
It worked out. But that was the most houses that I have ever walked into for any customer ever.
All right, so let's do some math for people. Why this podcast exists.
Yep.
You showed 50 houses. How much gas money do you think you spent with that? Just ballpark it. 200
Want me
bucks?
to text my accountant?
Probably $300-$400.
He said,
in gas.
You can't write all that off.
So you got that. You got your time, obviously.
Yep, time.
And you got
Her time.
But like a $200,000 deal, you probably got commission cut it at 2.5%.
Yes.
On the buy side.
Yep.
You probably got hit with an MLS fee.
Yep.
You get hit with our transaction fee.
Yep.
And all of that
And
good
then
stuff.
transaction coordinator.
Transaction coordinator on $200,000. What did you net on that deal before taxes?
Yeah.
Like $1,500.
Something like that. Yeah,
not that low.
Probably like 25.
Yeah.
Something like that. After all of that.
Yeah.
And again, it was all about her.
Yeah.
And seeing the smile on her, but
for sure.
But again, it's tough for somebody that does 50 houses.
Yeah, man.
That's a lot.
So
That's
yeah,
a lot to
if
drive
you're
around.
looking at an hourly rate and you're showing 50 houses, that's at least 50 hours. That's not including drive time because most buyers want to look at the house for at least a half an hour.
Correct.
They're going to talk to the buyer outside of the house for a little bit to say, hey, what are you feeling? How you think about it? What's going on? Are we making an offer on
Plus
this one?
lunches,
Yeah,
sit down, coffees.
Yeah, but then you also have to take the time to write up all the offers.
Yeah.
How many offers did she make on the 50?
I think we probably 10.
Okay, 10. How long does it take you to write an offer?
Yeah.
20 minutes?
20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Times 10?
Yeah. It's
Now
a
we're
lot.
talking, you're talking like, that's why I'm saying like this bullshit of commission cutting and like, oh, the agents aren't worth their salt is such crap, man.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of hearing it. And that's why I literally, like last year I had this like boil over moment. I was like, I have got to start telling people that you guys are worth every bit because I hear what you guys are going through. Again, I'm not an agent, so I don't have that experience. I have it on the investor side, which is hard enough on its own too.
Yeah.
But I hear from 80 plus of you guys out there all year long saying, this is happening, that's happening, holy crap. And I'm like, we've got to get this message out, man.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
This is not, and that doesn't matter whether you're an Out Fast agent or you're with anybody else. KW, Remax, they're all getting hammered too.
Yeah.
And with some of the technology that's out there that's trying to replace us as agents and brokers and stuff, it ain't ever going to happen.
No.
And that's the point of this. Is like everyone thinks, oh, the technology's going to take over and the robots are going to beat us. This is a people business, man.
It is a people business.
It ain't never going to
Those
change.
robots don't give the handshakes.
No.
They don't.
Their algorithms typically suck too.
Yeah,
we know
they
that.
They don't have the heart.
No.
No. Your buyers and sellers can see if you're real.
Yep.
You go out there, you work for them. They know. I would say that all my clients know that at the end of the day, I pour my heart and soul into it. That's why I don't worry about the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
it'll come.
Yep.
You know,
Do you on the numbers though? Do you have a goal for this year? So now that you kind of know where you fell,
dude, you guys put me on the spot, man. Wednesday night when I was here, I had no idea that was coming.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I thought maybe I would be like rookie of the year or something like that, you know. But to hit that, I just spent $2,500 yesterday on some marketing strategies and all that stuff. Oh, I got to double that, man.
Okay.
It's easy to get to the top. It's harder to stay on top, guys.
Yeah, because now Nina was in here yesterday. She's brand new to the broker. So I think she was very happy with the announcements and everything we did the other night. But she did 15 million last year and did 50-something deals. So it's like, oh boy, this is gonna be good between you, her, and Michelle. Oh, it's gonna be a good 2022.
Yeah, you know. So I mean, that's what it was. Because when I went home, I was talking. I was like, man, you know, my wife, my kids were all like, oh, Dad, great job, you know, all that stuff. And I was like, man, but the pressure is on at this point. You know, like I have to show up next year to that meeting. You know. So
yeah, and I think I don't know.
It was awesome, by the way, man.
Yeah,
that was top notch.
Thanks,
top
man.
notch. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a good time. Still paying for it a little bit 2 days later.
We're taking listings?
Taking listings. But yeah, the new iBuyer program for you guys is going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Going to help you get more listings. So, yeah, man, before we get out of here, just want to say thank you as well for buying into what we're doing here, having Rick also buying into what we've got going on here. So you represented us well. Keep up the good work. And
appreciate it, man.
Just appreciate you having you on the team. So.
I'm glad to be here, man.
All right, man. Thanks again.
Let's rock.
Yep. So, guys, if you like what you heard today from myself and Daniel, please make sure you are subscribing to us on YouTube, following us, and liking us all over the place. Give us some comments. Make sure you follow us on or subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, wherever you might listen to your podcast right now. Give us a rating and review, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Closer's Corner podcast.
Back. Hands up.